MCX IPF presents Simplifying Commodities, Futures, Options and Indices.
The global commodity markets are being reshaped in lasting ways as a result of COVID-19, the war in Ukraine that has delivered the largest commodity price shock we have seen since 1970s, and the impacts of climate change. There are concerns that volatility in supply and prices of key commodity prices may give rise to financial strains through large margin calls, leveraged positions and concentrated exposures, all of which we have witnessed in this year. As has been the case, governments of most countries have worked around fiscal, monetary and regulatory frameworks. Another approach has been to adopt market-based risk mechanisms to limit exposure to price movements. And then governments also tend to resort to subsidies or trade protections to reduce the effect of commodity price movements on consumers. Let's look at the volatility in some key commodities this year till time. The crude oil prices hit a 7-year highs as the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the following sanctions led to oil supply worries. Copper hit an all-time highs as well at $10,780 in the month of March, but has seen sharp corrections since then. It was the same case with aluminum, which also hit an all-time highs at $4,100 but could not sustain as markets could not absorb the price rise and also as China increased production to record highs. Zinc is another example where we have seen huge volatility, which isn't good for the producers or consumers. And then you have precious metals, which also have seen big trading ranges reacting to the US dollar, inflation and central banks' moves in sense of hiking interest rates. If April 2020 shocked you with crude going negative, March 2020 had a similar impact with nickel as it gained 200% in a day to 100,000, though that trade wasn't registered as we take $50,000 as a high. The volatility, as you can see, has been record-breaking and continues to be as all the uncertainties still prevail in the international markets.
MCX IPF presents Simplifying Commodities, Futures, Options and Indices.
Brought to you by MCX IPF.